19th. It's still super hot outside. The heat index today is 107 degrees. I don't like cleaning animals outdoors when it's that hot, so I normally avoid it. But I've been watching a show on Netflix called Life Below Zero, which is completely opposite of the situation we have here. But one of the, I believe she's a native Inuit, Agnes Hailstone, she cleans a lot of her meat, or skins some of her caribou even in her house on a piece of cardboard. And I just said, I'm thinking, that's not that bad of an idea. So anyhow, back to squirrel season. The neighbors had squirrels eat up their peaches on their peach tree. They got a few of ours, and I believe they're what ate the couple of persimmons that I had on one of the new persimmon trees. This year I'm hoping to get even more fruit. That last year was the tree's first year. I guess last season, still currently this year. So what I'm going to try to do today, and normally when we hunt squirrels, I'm like, well, let's only hunt a certain amount because I want them coming back. But we have rabbits now, and rabbit and squirrel to us taste pretty similar in texture and flavor. Almost like pork. If you've never had either one of them, the texture is almost like pork. The flavor, it's its own flavor. It's very delicious. We love squirrel meat. We love rabbit meat. But anyhow, since rabbit tastes really similar, I'm not super concerned with harvesting squirrels for food. But being that we have a problem, I actually have a goal. Instead of to manage the population on our property, we have a goal to decimate the squirrel population on our property over the course of this squirrel season. So I've actually set a very ambitious goal of 56 squirrels for us to kill over the season, and that's not going to affect the population adjacent. Actually, that will come in and fill in, adjacent squirrels will come in and fill in that habitat. So our neighbors don't hunt squirrels, so there's not an issue there. So, and how I came at that goal number was I looked up, what is the average holding capacity of a rural acre. Can't remember what it is. What's 56 divided by 8? 7? Yes, it's about 7 squirrels per acre is what I estimated. So anyhow, I'm going to clean squirrels. It has been over a year. Well, that's not true. I cleaned 1 squirrel last year. The season before, I got pretty good at it. And I'm going to put some links in the description to the fastest way to clean squirrels. And I'm going to be a couple minutes slower than those pros because they just have been doing it so long. But I find that once I do the first 5 or 6 squirrels of the season, I get a lot faster. So here we go. And these were killed with a 22. I actually prefer squirrels that are killed with a shotgun with bird shot because there's not a lot of mess. So this is what I'm going to put my clean squirrels in. I'm just going to put the guts, probably put the guts back in here, and the skins. I'm not real concerned with keeping the skins here, so and I'm going to try my best to remember this method. Alright, you get the squirrel, you cut at the base of the tail. You don't want to cut through the tailbone, but you want to get the first part of the tail up. Actually, you do want to cut through the tailbone. You don't want to cut through the skin at the back. Remember, I haven't done this in a year, so just like that. And let's see how this goes. Pretty good. No, I didn't get through the muscle. Yeah, I got some of the muscle off. Next one I'll do a better job. So that did come out kind of hard. And that little weird thing that just fell out, that's a wool. It's actually a subcutaneous parasite that the squirrels around here get until after the first frost. So that's going to go in the gut pile. Subcutaneous just means beneath the skin, so it doesn't affect the muscle at all. Alright, so that was actually pretty quick. I'm going to try to get it down a little bit further. And that would have went smoother if I would have been more careful not to cut into the muscle. We don't eat the brain, So I cut that part off. And I might have to go get my boning scissors really quick, or my kitchen shears, I guess they're called, because those make really short work of these arms. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. Be right back. Back with my kitchen shears. And I'm gonna look at the head, throw it in there, and this part is a little tougher. Like I said, these were killed with a 22, so there's like a gut shot in there. It tends to get kind of messy. The 22, if you're not getting them right in the head, they tend to get messy. I'll have to go back and see. I don't remember how the pros get this last layer of skin off. I think they just have really strong hands and they just pull really good. You could see if you had to do this to the whole squirrel instead of just that easy way of pulling that I just showed you, it would take a long time, and you would probably question if that was even worth it. And I should mention that it's easier to skin these and clean them if they are fresh. So if they're cold, if they've been dead for a while, or you're like, well, I don't feel like cleaning them out, I'm going to throw them in the ice chest and clean them later, and they're, they get chilled, you're going to have a lot harder time skinning them. That method that I just showed you a minute ago is not going to work as good. There we go. This one, sorry guys, I'm so rusty on this. If you cut into the muscle, instead of just teasing the fascia between the skin and the muscle, it makes it so much harder because you're pulling the layer of the muscle off, and that's not your goal when you go to skin a mammal. The goal is just to tease that fascia. But I guess since I started with getting into the muscle, it's not wanting to cooperate now. It's kind of already set in. I messed that up. That's why I got that leg muscle there. There we go. And also when you clean it that way, pulling the skin off in one motion, pulling most of the skin off in one motion, your meat doesn't get as hairy and gross. Alright, just gonna hold this guy over here, and when you go into the abdomen, you want to try really hard not to puncture the intestines or any of the internal organs. And again, this was a 22 gut shot squirrel, so there's probably already some of that going on, but so gross. The thing that I don't like about wild game, that I usually don't have to deal with farm-raised animals, is that with the farm-raised animals, I can do a withholding period. So I can do like a 12, 18 hour withholding period, which means that I just give them water and not food. And they're not going to lose any weight during that time, but what that does is they're very clean on the inside. There's not a lot of things to worry about in the stomach or intestines. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about saving the organs today. Some people might like eating squirrel brains. I'm pretty adventurous, but I'm not that adventurous. Alright, so this will need to be washed and cleaned up. I'll put it in there. Again, I'm in the garage. There's a little bit of a smell, not too bad. It'll dissipate as soon as I'm done. So let's see how quick I can do this one. Let me shut up and focus. I just took a little bit more time that time, I hope, to do that right. Yeah. Okay, see? There's not any muscle on there. That's just the skin. That's what you want. That came off a lot easier. And I'm really digging this cardboard in the house. This is just a great idea. A great idea. If you've got a floor that's easy to clean, like concrete or something. I mean, I don't have to worry about ants in here. I don't have to worry about flies. I just work and get it done. There is one fly in here, but it's not causing too much of a problem. I'm not getting grass and dirt all over my game. Now, like for if you're doing like a bunch of chickens or something that you raise, I mean, you're gonna have a setup anyway. But typically, people that are cleaning game are just kind of cleaning it wherever they can, and I guess it just never occurred to me to set something up to make it easier. All right, that. Skin started here. Again, I'll have to look it up, but I want to say the guys that can really do this fast, they're cleaning a squirrel in like 90 seconds. Maybe less, maybe 60 seconds. I think I was able, the season that I did a lot of squirrel hunting, I was able to get it down to about a little under 3 minutes, which I was really happy with. And when I'm pulling here, I try to grab the torso and not the abdomen. You don't want to be putting a lot of pressure on the abdomen before it's cleaned out, for obvious reasons. It's stubborn right here. Oh, that's why. Alright, I'm just going to cut. Boom. Boom. Leg joints. You can cut right here at the ribs. And this may actually work easier once I'm in there for the sharp knife. And a sharp knife, always a sharp knife. Sharpen your knife. I've actually found that knives that are a little bit cheaper, that go dull faster, are also easier to sharpen. Some of those really strong carbon steel hunting knives, they'll hold their edge for a long time initially when you buy them, but you have to pretty much send them away to a professional to get them sharpened. You're not going to be able to sharpen them, even with professional stone set, unless you spend hours. And who wants to spend hours? So these little cheap ones, I just sharpen with an electric knife sharpener they got from Walmart. No, they sell them at Walmart. I think I got this one from Amazon. It's like $20. All right, this guy's done. I've got 2 more to go here, but I think that was enough for a demonstration. And like I said, I will link some of those videos below, and I think you'll be really impressed with how quick you can actually get a squirrel cleaned. Until next time, don't forget to have fun. Please hit like and subscribe, and I really appreciate y'all. Have a good week.